my name is Matthew Weyers for the guys watching. Born in Stellenbosch, grew up in Austria, moved back to South Africa, now living in Cape Town. And I own the agency Air Digital. So we scale over 35 South African e-commerce brands. I think we're on 36 now. I have a team of 12. We've got offices in Cape Town. And yeah, we just work with really cool e-commerce brands and we scale them through paid ads.
I think I want to touch on, you might have briefly touched on it right now, but you mentioned, following what you're passionate about because there's a million ways to make $1 million, so that might be a good thing to do. I know Naval said something down the line of productize yourself, right?
Bro, it's one of the things I live by.
Yeah. And, he said something down the line. I wrote an essay about this recently, but it stuck with me so well because, that's exactly what, I see that in our lives as well with the two businesses we're building right now. It's like you want to find something that's played to you and that feels like work to others, right? Because then you tend to justify being willing or you are willing to put in more hours and you're probably going to get more out of it because you're so passionate about it. That's what So it's literally, that is the cheat code, right? And so how did you go about finding what you were passionate about? Because like a lot of the people who might be watching, it's like, okay, I want to maybe get into online business space, I want to do what we're doing right now, they want to do what you're doing, but they don't know. It's Forex what I'm passionate about. How did you get 100%. Into that?
So I love that question, and it really is a case of just throwing stuff at a wall and seeing what sticks and what you enjoy. So I'll do these exercises a lot where when I'm thinking of launching another business, I will start the process and I'll give it like 100% of my effort. So I'll do the branding, I'll do the website, I'll do the front end, I'll do the back end, I'll get the team, and then I'll give it like a few weeks, and then I'm like, okay, am I excited about this every day? Do I feel like this is going to expand me as a person or it's going to constrict me as a person? And then I just see how it feels, It's like, you're trying a new weight at gym and you're like, does that feel, nah, that's maybe too heavy, or, okay, that's a nice weight, And so I think that everyone should try as many things as they can because you'll eventually find the thing that you like. And I think so many people in entrepreneurship, they make the mistake of only giving it one shot and then it doesn't work and then they think they're a failure. I'm like, no, like you probably chose a shitty business model, or you chose the wrong business model for the wrong market, or you chose something that you actually don't want to do and so you didn't give it your all. And like you said with Naval, so I live by that, productize yourself. You should be doing something that you said like feels like play to you. And so your question of like, should I do Forex? Should I do crypto? Should I do info? Should I do agency? Honestly, I think one very big thing is who can you surround yourself with? Because you're going to be more successful if your friends are in that space. So if you find that all your friends are on e-com, give it a shot because chances are you're all going to make it together. If all your friends are on info, give it a shot. So I'd say like build a friend group around a certain niche, and chances are you're going to do really well because you guys are just going to share info. And I've seen it, like even in Cape Town, like there's a group of e-com guys who hang around together and then they just all end up crushing it together. There's a group of info guys, there's a group of agency guys, and then they all just end up doing really well. So find a friend group. Also, the thing is, I think that there's different personalities for every niche.
Every business model as well.
Exactly. Like the e-com guys are very different to the info guys. I gravitate more to the info guys. And because it is like, high ticket selling. And so it's very similar to the agency model, just the performance different. The front end is very similar, but the back end is different. So I find myself really gravitating towards the info guys. So my biggest advice for guys who are wanting to get an online business is just become friends with guys who are already in online business. And that's also why I love the Founders Dinner Club that I started, is because we're just creating such an epic environment for our members to like do life together. We had a dinner this Thursday and 4 of our members, so they hadn't actually, so it was 2 different sets of 2 guys, and they hadn't met each other. And at the dinner, they put a bet together, and the one guy was like, "I'll smoke anyone in paddle here," and the one guy said 10,000 rand, you won't. And they're like, "Hey, deal." So they shook on it. They're actually, as we're speaking right now, they're playing in Cape Town at Rackenborn Bree Street. Whichever team wins gets 10,000 rand. So it's like the guys who are meeting at dinners, they're now playing paddle together, you know, now they're doing things together. People are shooting content together. So that's really my vision for it is we do really cool events. We're dressed really well. We get amazing content, but then the guys also become friends. They become business partners. They help each other. They invest in each other.
Yeah.
So if you enjoy this conversation and you relate with the health and wealth aspect, and you know both of these are very important when it comes to scaling a business or just as an entrepreneur in general, top link in the description if you want a more personalized approach, to scaling your business or in the health aspect as well. And also in the description is access to our free community where we've got 20 hours of content that you can just consume.
100%. If you enjoy this conversation, share it to a friend. Maybe think about subscribing. Put the notifications on. It helps this channel a lot. And by doing so, we can get some more interesting guests like this. So let's get back to the video.
I think a testimony to just what we spoke about right now, I see that in Andre and myself, but also in what you just mentioned. I think a very a wonderful thing to do if you don't know where you want to pivot into is to become part of a great team. Because what you mentioned right now, you wanted to do ads because you were part of a team that had so many different angles and moving parts, and then you realized, I might like this. This is maybe something I want to do. And with Andre, working with Iman's team back in the day, myself working with a couple of other big names as well, right? You then see what it takes to operate on a certain level, and then you can decide what of this do you like? Maybe the service delivery, maybe the marketing, maybe working with the clients, whatever. That's pretty cool. But it's very similar to like the exposure to that, right? You're exposing
100%.
yourself to that market.
100%. And I'm a huge believer in like momentum. So the thing is, you can't just sit back and go, oh, I wanna be really rich one day. It's like, but you're just watching YouTube the whole day. Like stop over. Like some guys spend too much time watching videos, too much time reading, and I'm like, you need to actually you need to go do shit. Like you need to get active. And the thing is, it's like, I was thinking about this on the drive here, is the longer you spend in the forest, you'll eventually find the right path. But it's like a lot of guys never go into the forest. So you're not going to find the right path.
They're just studying the map of the forest.
They're studying the map.
Yeah.
It's like,
where's the best path to take through the forest, but they never fucking do it.
So it's like go get your hands dirty, go venture through the forest, go explore. I mean, I've done that myself, Like I'm always thinking about, okay, what's the next business I want to start? What's the next, step for my life? And what I do is I don't just think about it. I don't just theorize. I go and I do it and I put it in motion. And then I see, do I like this business model? Do I like this passion project? I don't like that. I do like this. And then you keep it. So
you iterate as you go as well.
Exactly.
It's like you're never really going to know what you want to do. It's like in the book Reality Transferring, they also talk about that. It's just a one foot forward in front of the other.
Exactly.
Like have a goal in mind and then just put 1 foot forward. Okay, that path's not too cool. Let's try this one.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a tiger there. Let's try that one.
Exactly.
You just figure it out as you go.
100%.
I really think a lot of these things, I mean, the main purpose of like mentorship, meditation, affirmations, or at least a lot of that, right? Reading books, podcasts, is it needs to lead to taking action,
100%.
right? I think Alex Hormozy said this. It's like I think it's Alex. If you read something but you don't end up taking action, well then you haven't learned anything. It needs to be a change of behavior.
I kind of disagree on that because you can't always take action immediately on it. Maybe in the future you will take action. So people think they're a failure if they read something. I think you should do both, read and action.
I agree.
But you're gonna read something, and in 2 years you're like, oh yeah, I remember that one thing. Yeah. And it's like you're changing your brain subconsciously 1% every single time. So then you kind of forge your path because of all the things you've learned. Maybe you talk to someone a bit differently because you've read that one book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, and then you say something different, and that compounds, and then you get a deal. It's like that. You can't necessarily read Win Friends, Influence People, and an hour later, get a deal. It's like, it takes some time.
I think the premise of that
in 2 years, you might have taken action on it. So you're not a failure.
I think that, no, I don't think it comes down to failure. I think the premise of that comes down to, like, let's say, for example, you take the example of How to Win Friends and Influence People. If you read the book and the intention of that is to gain friends and you don't implement,
you never leave your apartment.
But like then you need to, right? Then you haven't learned something. So it's not like you're a failure. No, but you have to implement those strategies.
100%. And I think for me, my favorite way of learning really is just by surrounding myself with people who exemplify the values and the characteristics that I want. Because the thing is, so much of our learned behaviors is subconscious. You feed off of it from the people you surround yourself with. So it's like, if I want to be in better shape, I just hang out with people who are in better
that's a
shape
good
than
shape,
I.
yeah.
If I want to make more money, I just hang out with people who make more money. If I want to get better at aura farming, I just hang around guys who are good at aura farming. Like it's subconscious, and a lot of things in life is not necessarily just the knowledge, but it's the belief that this is accessible. So it's like, you know, there's always those stories of like, there's a certain race in the Olympics that no one beat that time for like a decade,
yeah,
4 minute mile.
yeah.
But once it was broken, it just kept getting broken. So you can read in a book, scale your agency to like how many clients, but then you actually meet someone who's do it, and you go, if that guy can do it, I can do it, bro.
It's about meeting your heroes.
True.
It's the same thing. Like I've experienced it a lot, and it's like, this guy? Like, no way.
Yeah,
Can barely even speak. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And then you give yourself permission. Oh, I can do it.
Exactly.
That permission is everything.
100%.
Right? It's so, because I mean, it's one thing to know how to do something or to see it happen, but like the only way you're gonna fail is to just give up somewhere down the line, right? And that just means you didn't give yourself fully permission to take the action. If you fully give yourself permission to take the action and you just do it until it works, you will get that success.
Exactly.
Right?